Hi guys, it's me again, Deborah, the brain behind Start Clothing, as most of you must have known already. So this video will be the part 3 of the fashion series I have been doing for a couple of days now. If you haven't seen 1 and 2, please do well to see it so you can be able to relate with what I'm trying to share. So let me do a little recap of what I've been saying before now. So the first thing I said about how to get a perfect fit, how to sew without adjustment, is for you to not jump the process. While you want to sew, please do well to have a proper understanding of that style that you want to sew. It will help you and save you the stress of having to crack your brain when you now want to cut the clothes. Please do your proper research when you get your style. Then the second thing I talked about was proper scheduling. Most people do not know what it means to schedule their work. They just taking work, taking from here and there. And at the end of the day, they get choked up with work and want to rush the process just so they can meet up with others. But if you are able to schedule your work properly, trust me, it will save you the stress of trying to jam pack everything together. You understand? So today, what we'll be talking about is the proper understanding of your fabrics. So one of the things that can help you to sew and get a perfect fit is when you understand that different fabrics require different skills to sew them. You don't sew lycra the way you will sew lace. You don't sew lace the way you will sew Ankara. But I'm sure that most people don't know. We just believe that, oh, once I have the basic body measurements, that's what I'll use in cutting this one and that one. And I'm sure that this is really applicable to beginners because I'm sure that if you must have been sewing for the space of within the space of 3 to 5 years, you should know that different fabric requires different skills to sew them. So now, how do you get a perfect fitting? You should understand that, okay, when you're working with a particular fabric, there are particular fabrics that need more allowances than the other. Don't try to put extra allowances on lycra materials. I mean, those stretchy materials. You can actually reduce the measurement for lycra materials because they are very stretchy. And if you use the normal measurement of your client to sew for lycra, they are going to get like an extra for the person's body measurement. Now let's talk about Ankara. For me, I've come to realize that if I'm sewing Ankara, especially for plus size people, I tend to add few, not so much, few allowances. I don't use the exact measurements for my clients. I try to add allowance so that it will just be their perfect size when they try to wear it. I also do the same thing with lace fabrics because those clothes require just few little adjustments. Now, I've come to understand something. See, when you are working with all this petty stature, don't try to add too much allowances. Even if you are working with Ankara, you can as well just use their normal body measurement and it would fit perfectly. So that is what I'm trying to say. Try to understand your fabric. Try to understand how this fabric works with the different body measurements. It is very essential to have a proper understanding of that material, of that fabric you're trying to work with. Don't rush the process again. This also would go take me back to the first thing I've said. Don't rush the process. By the time you are able to do the proper observations of the fabric you want to use, proper observations of the sewing techniques you should use, at the end of the day, every clothes, every outfit you make will come out perfectly just the way you would want them to be. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Bye.